soda. Yeah, the soda exploded. Hello. This is the mech here, pretty much. See, I hid all of the pistons and sound effects just because I didn't want that to show on this particular unit. A lot of wires for this guy. Way up here. Yeah, well, it's not as bad as you may think. It's in my head. So here is the actual logic for making the mech walk. Each one of these is one joint. So like here's the left hip, the left knee, the left ankle, right hip, right knee. Here's the blinky light. Gotta have the blinky light. This is the startup sound effects for when you start moving the mech here. This pretty much turns the whole thing on and off depending on what buttons you're hitting, whether it be for the forward walk, reverse walk, or the jump down here. Up here is for the jump sequence. So again, the hips, the knees, ankles, the rockets, just so that as it goes flying through the air, it actually looks like it's really jumping as opposed to just having rockets firing and it just kind of floating there. It's fun. And this is the turn on and off for the rocket system. It'll only activate when it's in certain ranges of certain areas. Yes. That's the actual walk sequence. This turns on when you hit the order backwards walking to get all of these to activate. A lot of these, as you can see by this guy here, are extras for anything I may do in the future. They're not necessarily being used at this moment. This is the weapons. So each weapon has its own trigger set so that it actually will fire each gun independently if you don't just both fire at the same time. It's one side, then the other side. Yes, this is the tracking system for it here. And this one little guy right here, that you can kind of see through all the wires, push the guns back up so that as it's walking, the guns are pointing up and not getting killed as it walks. So there's kind of a safety mode when it's not range of some target. Yeah, sometimes I overthink too much. Well, I'm actually pretty good with 7, and I've learned a lot from him for these control systems. Overall, I have to say, just different things that I've seen throughout my life have been a big influence for me. Like I'm a huge fan of Macross. And that's pretty much where all the robot fanaticism came from. And but just a lot of other people, like Howard. Gosh, I can't even think of all the people right now. A lot of the times, though, I tend to bounce around from a lot of different ideas to different ideas, so that one week I may be working on a robot, the next week working on a pinball machine, or like all of a sudden I just started making a tunnel boring machine a year or so ago. It's not fun if you stick to only one thing. More weapons, and yeah. It'll just be more interesting. Yes, hopefully so. And thank you. Goodbye.